once upon a midnight dreary,
While I pondered,
weak and weary,
over many a quaint and
curious volume of forgotten lore,
while nodded nearly napping.
suddenly there came a tapping,
as if someone gently
rapping, rapping.
at my chamber door.
"'Tis some visitor," I muttered.
tapping at my chamber door.
only this and nothing more.
Ah, distinctly I remember.
It was in the bleak December.
And each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor.
Eagerly I wished the morrow.
Vainly I had sought to borrow
From my book's surcease of sorrow,
Sorrow for the lost Lenore.
for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named
Lenore.
nameless here forevermore.
And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain.
Thrilled me.
Filled me.
With the fantastic terrors never felt before.
So that now, to still the beating of my heart,
And stood repeating.
'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door.
Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door.
That
This is it and nothing more.
Present me my soldier stronger.
Hesitating then no longer.
"Sir," I said,
Or madame.
Truly your forgiveness I implore.
But the fact is I was napping,
And so gently you came rapping.
and so faintly you came tapping.
Tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce for sure I heard you.
Here I
Opened wide the door.
Darkness there.
And nothing more.
Deep into the darkness peering,
Long I stood there,
wondering.
fearing, doubting. Dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before.
but the silence was unbroken.
And the stillness gave no token.
and the only word there spoken was the whispered word.
Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word.
Lenore!
Merely this and nothing more.
Back into the chamber turning,
All my soul within me burning.
Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before.
surely said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then.
What thereat is, and this is my mystery explore.
Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore.
Tis the wind and nothing more.
Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter.
In there stepped the stately raven of the sandy days of yore.
Not the least obeisance made he.
Not a minute stopped or stayed he.
But with maid or lord or lady, perched above my chamber door.
Perched upon the palace just above my chamber door.
Perched and sat and nothing more.
Then this ebony bird beguiled my sad fancy into smiling.
By the grave and stern decorum,
Of their countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven,
Though I said art sure no craven,
ghastly grim and ancient raven,
Wandering from the nightly shore.
tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore.
quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
Much I marveled this ungainly fowl, to hear this discourse so plainly.
Though its answer little meaning, little relevancy it bore.
For what we cannot help agreeing that no living human being
Ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door.
Bird or beast upon the sculpture bust above his chamber door. With such a name as
nevermore.
But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust,
Spoke only that one word.
As if his soul in that one word he did outpour.
nothing farther than he uttered,
not a feather than he fluttered.
till I scarcely more than muttered.
Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, just as my hopes have flown before.
Then the bird said,
Nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken.
Doubtless said I, what it utters is its only stock in store.
Caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster.
Followed fast and followed faster.
To the songs when burden bore.
Still on the dirges of his hope, that melancholy burden bore never,
Nevermore.
but
But the raven still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling.
Straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door.
Then upon the velvet sinking.
I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy.
Thinking what this ominous bird of yore,
What
With
this
this
grim,
grim,
ungainly.
Ghastly.
Gaunt,
an ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking.
nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing.
To the fowl whose fiery eyes
Now burned into my bosom's core.
this and more I sat divining.
With my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight floated over.
But whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight floating o'er.
She shall press, ah,
Nevermore.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer.
Swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor.
Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee.
By these angels he hath sent thee respite.
Respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore.
Quant, oh quant, this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore.
Quoth the raven.
Nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil.
Prophet still, if bird or devil.
Whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore.
Desolate yet awe undaunted on this desert land enchanted.
On this home by horror haunted.
Tell me truly, I implore, is there?
Is there balm in Gilead?
Tell me, I implore.
Quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil.
Prophet still, if bird or devil.
By that heaven that bends above us.
By that God we both adore.
Tell this soul with sorrow laden, and within the distant Aden.
It shall clap the sainted maiden whom the angels name.
Lenore.
Quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
Be that word or sign of parting bird or fiend.
I shriek of starting.
Get thee back into the tempest and the nice Plutonian shore.
Leave no black plume as a token of that line thy soul hath spoken.
Leave my loneliness unbroken.
Quit the bust above my door.
Take thy beak from out my heart.
And take thy form from off my door.
Quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
And the raven.
Never flitting.
Still is sitting,
Still is sitting.
On that pallid bust Apollo's just above my chamber door.
and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming.
And the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor.
And my soul
From out that shadow.
That lies floating on the floor.
Shall be lifted.
Never.
Quoth
The
the raven.
Nevermore.